Welcome to our new series, Merlin I Am. We enter into a new era with Shoud, starting today. We're going to talk a lot about what it's like to stay here on the planet as a master. It has its challenges, and no group has ever gone into this. I also, as I announced, I won't be here for more than 5 years, maybe a little less, but no more than 5 years. I'll drop in for a visit now and then. I'll drop in to entertain once in a while, but it won't be this regular guidance because you're not going to need it. There's a new wave coming in. When the planet goes crazier, people are really looking for direct answers, non-machio, real answers. And when they somehow find their way to Crimson Circle, they're not going to see a guru. No, they're going to see you, and that's going to have a profound effect on them. They've thought about it, they've dreamt about it, meeting a real embodied master, and it's going to be you. Coming to realization, becoming the Merlin, let me go back to some of the basics on that. In the background, the master has been going through, cleaning up your crap. Your past experiences. The master has been going through lifetimes of past experiences and bringing them to wisdom with that magic touch, bing, like that. And when all that cleanup is done, when you reach it is a point of convergence, when the master is no longer operating in your past, so to speak. The master is now working with the human on a real-time basis. As soon as you have an experience, the master is there doing the wisdomizing bit. It's happening synchronistically. It's happening in real time. That's the point of Merlin emerging, because everything's been brought to wisdom, and wisdom occurs simultaneously with the human experience. That is realization. The planet right now is a wicked game. Oh, it's a wicked game. And it needs you here. I need you here. The planet needs you here. The ascended masters, the ones who come after you, the future, the past, it all needs you here right now. You don't have to do a lot other than enjoy your life, enjoy abundance, enjoy sensuality, but stay here. The game is really the game of the past and the future. They're the ones now at loggerheads. They're the ones that the past and the future are competing. When it's happening on a planetary basis, it's going to be hard to go through, but it's a good sign that the planet is truly evolving and clearing itself. So you have this whole conflict of time right now. I love time. I love no time. I love free time, but I love the whole theory and concept of time. It's the glue that holds all this together. It's what creates gravity. It's what creates physics. It creates everything. Look at anything that's happening around the planet that involves basically clashes, battles, conflict. And you can trace it energetically to time, to the past and the future. Neither will win. That's the amazing thing. You already know that. Neither wins. But what happens, the perception of past and future and time itself is drastically changed. And we're going to be time explorers as the true Merlin is. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to compile a kind of a handbook, a guidebook. It's not a rule book, but these are helpful suggestions for those coming into their realization. Number one, and this goes back to Tobias, stand behind the short wall. Oh, the solutions are right there. But as long as people are fighting, taking up sides, not listening and not going within, these battles will continue. And you can't blame it on the other guy. Number two, understand that you're in the world, that you're existing in the world, but you're really not of it anymore. You've gone beyond the linear world. You can still do the and, meaning that you can exist in it, but it no longer owns you. Next in our handbook, communications. There's a new sense of communication within yourself. And it's not your spirit guides talking to you. It's not me talking to you. It's really what you could say your essence. It's really you, the true you, talking. Your body communicates with itself, not in a language, but with energy impulses. Be aware of it. You don't have to work at it. Be aware of it. Do a little breathing, and you'll start to sense it. Your communications with others changes. The master can say a few words to someone, and there is a wealth, a plethora of energy communications behind it. It's all right there in presence. Then there's simplicity. The human mind makes everything complicated as it can be. It's what the brain loves to do. It justifies the brain's existence. The master's life is simple. The master doesn't need to make it complex. And in that simplicity is not boredom, but actually the ability to perceive things they never would have perceived before. Beauty. As you simplify your energy, you now are aware of more beauty than ever. Not bullshit beauty, not things you were just kind of making up, but real, sensual, profound beauty. Next, this is the big one I want to allow some time for it. Energy dynamics. Life for you has been very practical up to now. You look at things from a practical level, which is good. Once you understand the energy, then you can really affect change. That's the Merlin. When you do, everything takes on a different meaning, a different look. You no longer get entangled in all the details. You're simplifying things. And therefore, the answers are right there. They become very, very clear for you. There's an energy dynamic to everything. There's an energy component. Not just to things that are imbalanced in your life or in the world around you, but to everything. When you understand the energy dynamic, then you really start living as a Merlin. Dear Masters, dear Merlins, we're going to acknowledge the practicality of life in the physical, but we're now going to be addressing the energetic dynamic. That's where the change occurs. Let's take a deep breath with that, feeling into it. Life as a Merlin.